Hey, how everybody doing today? In this video I'm going to explain imposter syndrome or like negative limiting beliefs, self-concepts, and then we're going to actually transmute it. So if you're in for the ride, let's do this. So first of all, what is the ego? We have a storytelling operating system here. And that operating system is built with language and experience. So how do we contextualize experience? We are born inside of the world. And from this idea of what the world is, we also create a story of who we are in relationship to that world. And that's people, basically, first of all, within your family, the people who raise you, and then extended sets of people as you grow up, you open up to explore the world more and more and more, right? So I'm telling myself a story. And right now I'm using aspects of that story to also communicate with you. So ego is purposeful. But now, something about the ego, even though it references past memories and what we have learned in school or what we have gathered as information, we put all of that in our database. But the story that we tell ourselves is relative. It is really relative to how we want to tell the story. And the mind, the storytelling device, can go and really reframe the story that we're saying in many different ways. And so it is in the capacity of the mind to also create forkings, choice points, and to explain it differently. So you can reference what you're actually feeling. You can reference what was actually experience of you in the past, but you can frame it in different ways. So mostly what I'm trying to say here, the story that we're telling ourselves, it's relative. We're making it up. We have this chatbot GPT installation, and however we prompt it, this is how the story goes. So the power of words. I remembered Obama had this campaign. It said, "Yes, we can." Such an uplifting phrase. Yes, we can. Oh, together we actually have the power to change. Now, what happened with Obama and after the campaign, I don't know. I don't live in USA. But the power of that slogan is an uplifting storytelling device. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So what if you're cheering yourself all day long? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You make this predominant assumption. Well, you'll end up canning it. If you use your mental storytelling device to create I can't because I don't know how, because I don't see exactly in reference to my past database how that can work, and then I don't want to try because I can't control it, well, then I make myself excuses like maybe I can't. And you can be then in this storyline, but it is a choice. Okay, some example about imposter syndrome. Guys, this is crazy. I have had experiences of crazy manifestation. And I can go and give you examples and examples and examples and examples and examples and examples. And if I want to reference and create a storytelling around that, then yeah, I can find confirmation that manifestation works. However, my mind has so many references to usually what I habitually do, what I habitually think, what I habitually see, what information I habitually consume, what I habitually tell myself. So if for 7 days I give myself excuses to be lazy and not try and not believe, guess what? It's gonna be harder for my mind to reference actually that yes, I can. And yes, there are all these confirmations where I was successful previously. So sometimes you need to snap out of your own rigid storyline and start to observe what data stream is going here, to replace it, and then to start speaking correctly. And so, imposter syndrome. Every time I want to expand my reality into a new experience, something that I don't have in my memory, in my data set from before, my neuroplasticity is not formed so I can interact with that environment that is only imagined. I see the potential for the future manifestation. And I'm always doing creative projects. So all this time in the mind, there will be uncertainty. There will be potential and also quantum instability or uncertainty. However, if I'm feeling playful, if I'm feeling creative, I will pursue my vision and then it will manifest. If I'm stopping to say, but I am not sure, and maybe it will not work, then I'm just feeding excuses. And because I don't stay and do things that already worked out for me before, because that's not fun, I always try to expand my creativity, my life, my creative agency into something new. I always have imposter syndrome. So I'm going to tell you this silly manifestation. So today I'm actually feeling elevated because the day manifested a lot of potentials and they actually happened, conversations happened, deals happened, got some money arriving. Then from all this money attract money, I found some money in the street. I was like, okay, I'm on a positive roll here. However, I need to push through the uncertainty and keep moving in a positive momentum, moving forward in a positive momentum. And then it manifests, and then I feel at ease, and then I feel satisfied because the confirmation is finally there. But what happens before the manifestation is actually there? Actually, anxiety can hit me, and my mind can be telling me, you're gonna look stupid because now you're sharing this on YouTube, and it's not gonna work for you, it's not gonna work for you. And I'm like, mind, why are you pushing this data into my mind screen that I can't do it? Because if I go here and I visualize it, I remember. See, your knowing about something is not actually in the mind. It's all relative. You're imagining things that can be, or you're imagining things that can't be. It's relative, how you tell the story. But the knowing is here. And then even the knowing is here. I had this a couple of weeks ago. I need to manifest something. And I was like, I can't navigate this through the peripheral world and figure it out. I need to go into meditation and actually manifest it. So I had money in paper bills. And I just said, but I need this double. And I can't find a way how, so I need to leave it up to the universe. I need to use this manifestation where I don't actually do it, but it just manifests. Now, I know two things. If I can imagine, if there is occurrence in my mind that I see this stack of bills, and I imagine I have two stacks of the same bills. So they're like $20 bills in my currency, that doesn't matter here. Okay, dinero. I know one thing. If I see it in my mind that I can double that stack by doing nothing, then the stack can be doubled. There is a potential. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting the idea. I'm like, okay, so let's just wait it out. I will stay in my visualization. However, as I'm going into meditation and I'm kind of like sleeping, I see that here I know this is true. In my visualization, I know this is true, but my mind is like, you're stupid. This is never going to work. And I'm saying to myself, because I know here that this worked previously so many times for so many things, and I see here that this is visualized, and so I know that it's a timeline potential. Whatever I visualize, it's a timeline potential, something that the future is already created. That outcome is already created. So I'm okay. I just need to synchronize that all of these thought forms of complication are defragmented. And I need to observe and endure this negative thinking, scary thinking, anxious thinking until I fall to sleep and then I wake up. And then manifestation is there. And I fell asleep, and as I was going deeper into sleep mode, I was staying conscious. I'm conscious while I'm sleeping also, so just practice your brain going into this alpha theta for a while, and you can go in and out these deeper states of inspiration or kind of dreamlike states. And through me actually napping this afternoon, this evening, I was looking at all the stuff that my mind has compiled. And when I was looking all of this negativity about my manifestation already being there, being defragmented, so I can actually align and feel defaulted and effortless that the manifestation is there, I asked myself, why is the mind compiling all this stuff that works against my desire? And I realized the mind is just compiling stuff. There's no better answer. The mind just compiles stuff so it can build stories and give you more choice points. But you have to navigate what story you're gonna choose. And then I waited for the story that this is scary and I'm gonna look stupid on YouTube and this is not gonna manifest. I waited for all of these thoughts to just go away. When I woke up, 3 stacks of bills were there. So initial stack that was already there, and then I got another one, and then I got another one. By not doing anything. You know, like somebody was like, hey, here's the money for something that I wasn't expecting, and it was a manifestation, you know what I mean? There was no story about how I will get the money. I didn't know that. So I skipped the how. I just said, I can see it, I can visualize it, so let it be here. And then it got there. I was like, okay, fine. Perfect. Why am I feeling like an imposter? When I could reference the previous experience. And now I'm going to tell you another thing. If I reference everything that ever manifested for me, and I start telling you about it, that's not gonna make me believe. Because me talking about what manifested in the past, it's still a story in the ego, and this is not where you know. So I could be saying to you, well, I manifested this and I manifested that, and then when I was even younger, this manifested and that manifested. And these are references from my past that actually happened. But my certainty, my faith is not coming from the story still. Even though there's a positive reference, my knowing comes from me, the I am. And if there was a negative reference in the mind, I could still have faith. So whatever your mind is saying, you're compiling a story. You're mood boarding. And you can drive that story to positive or negative conclusion. It's just how the mind works, is give you choice points. And the mind is like, hey, do you really want to go with that story? Because I can offer you the story where you can have this other thing or this other thing. Or you can have this other thing where you don't have it. And if you choose, so let's say you want bananas, but I can offer you oranges, or not have money to buy even bananas or oranges. So what you gonna choose? And then you're like, I need to choose. I'm gonna choose bananas. Or I'm gonna choose the story where there's no bananas. So the whole story and how you're going to drive it is relative, is completely arbitrary. And now let's do this transmutation of everything that you acquired. Now I'm going to give this as a sample and example, and you can then drive it with your own, like tap into your data stream and just let's see how does it transform. So let me say it like this. Yes, we can. But then all the time I feel I'm worried because I don't see how it's going to come together. With this real estate project that I'm doing, I don't exactly know how to make the contract, and then I start to worry and I start to be afraid that other partners are going to kind of sidetrack me, and maybe I don't believe I'm valuable enough or deserving enough to just be there and with my presence to just be the equal partner or whatever. Maybe I feel lesser and I put this project on a pedestal because it feels to me like something grand, something big, something that I never did before, and it's exciting, and maybe I put it here instead of really just holding it here. And then I give it too much value, I give it too much importance, and then I'm afraid. And maybe then I don't even see that nobody knows how exactly we're going to do it. So with all these doubts, I'm still saying, yes, we can. And then I'm seeing myself having beautiful relationship with all these people, that we're all being creative, that we're creating this stuff, this village, these houses, these beautiful cabins, and whatever needs to happen there. So I love it. I want to play with it. But then I also worry about all the things that don't fit into the box of my previous experience, of my previous know-how. And they're kind of like open portals, open doors, where it's like you need to insert some data. And I don't see the data, so that makes me nervous, and my mind then cannot control it because it hasn't crystallized the whole picture yet. So the mind is getting anxious. How do I fill in these blanks? How do I fill in these details? So even though I feel all of that, I'm saying yes, we can. And now I'm overwhelming from my heart, because this is what radiates your reality, what manifests your reality. I'm radiate, yes, I can. And I'm putting that contrast, I'm living that paradox that I don't know how, and I don't believe exactly how, because my mind hasn't crystallized the whole renderer. It's trying to render the image and it's missing pieces. And then it's saying, but, and it's glitching up. And I'm saying, yes, we can still. Yes, we can. And then I'm forgiving or letting go. Hey, I'm saying, hey, mind, you can actually let it go for now. You don't have to worry about every single detail. Let's just, do something other. Let's do this that we're doing right now. Let's share what we know. And then let's just have faith that this is going to work out. And then inside of me here, there is a faith that this is going to work out. And here is still the imposter syndrome and kind of like blah, 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 calculating, glitching, because I'm not sure, but how this. Okay. So even though you have all these, wait, what? Things are actually just going to manifest? Wait, I'm just going to actually kind of find money in the street and just pick it up, which happened like less than 1 hour ago. It sounds too good to be true. I can't believe this works. Why would this work for me? This is not how they taught me in school. I'm having trouble to actually believe that. Is this some kind of hoax? Is this some kind of new age money scheme? I don't like whatever that. And this is where I'm going to reference Neville Goddard, because it says the mind, the storytelling device, it's not actually in charge of manifestation. It's there just to tell the story, and it helps you maybe switch up some details, but you don't even need the details. Details are going to work themselves out as you're having faith that what you see as the end result is one with you, and then you just allow your heart to pull you towards that, because in your heart you already one with that. Okay, and then the mind don't know, the anxiety, the imposter syndrome. Sometimes you just need to wait it out and overwhelm it with saying, yes, we can. I hope that's simple enough and it makes sense. everything from going, let's say you're a tourist in a foreign city and you want to find ice cream and your phone battery died and you're like, let's find ice cream. Your kids are like, hey, we want ice cream, and you're like, you know what, let's find ice cream, and you believe you're gonna find it. But can you expect that you're gonna find, because you have previous information that, you know, in the cities they usually have some ice cream shop, in the tourist area probably. So you're like, you know what, let's go find it. But if you want to build a rocket ship or make $1 billion trading or whatever, it's still the same. I don't know exactly where it is, but let's go. I know other people are building rocket ships, and if you say only Elon Musk can do it, or only this guy can do it and I can't do it, you're not even gonna find the ice cream. Okay, you're gonna depress yourself from trying, and you're not even gonna find the ice cream. So your mind can also put these things into contrast. Like, this is a big manifestation, it's $1 billion, but this is just ice cream. So it's something that I can default and I can reference because I've seen it, I witnessed it. But you're not gonna be very animated, you're not gonna be very happy, very curious to investigate and do your hero's journeys if you're just sticking with something that you already know how it works. So life expansion always needs to go into the unknown, and you need to let the life fill in the pieces. But guys, if you're gonna trust yourself that you can find the ice cream, it is the same method that you apply for $1 billion or a rocket spaceship. I met this guy, that was wonderful. One time on the market, I met this guy. He said, we started chatting, he seemed interesting, and we started chatting. And then the question came up. I said, what do you do? Well, he was like, now I'm traveling and whatnot, but before I was an engineer, so I actually was one of the people who created a Mars rover. And so right now there's this robot on Mars and has a metal plate with my name on it, because I was one of the people that engineered this thing that is now driving and taking photos on Mars. And my name is like on that and is on Mars. How do you believe? Well, somebody tells you that actually exists and it's in the reality, now you believe them. But if this person said, I'm gonna set out and do that, I'm gonna put a robot on Mars and my name is gonna be on its butt, what would you say? Before that happened, before humans made that happen, what would you say about the Great Wall of China, or you know, anything that we have in the world that wasn't here 100 years before? Great Wall of China was here. But if somebody set out to build this Great Wall of China, would you call them crazy? Would you tell them, you know, you suffer, or you should suffer imposter syndrome because just thinking that you're gonna make a robot that drives on Mars or Great Wall of China, or you know, like everybody celebrates Steve Jobs because he made these concepts and now they made these things and we all use it. But people from his own company, they fought him on his ideas. So the conditioning of the world that is relying on the previous stuff to actually determine what's possible, this is where the imposter syndrome comes from. You need confirmation based on this conditioning, on the bias of what is already here. Well, you can't take that. And then the mind's gonna be like, I don't know what to do. I have this idea, but I don't know how to fill in the blanks. And you don't need to fill in the blanks. You just need to move from the momentum of your heart and then convince yourself, pick the story that your mind is telling you, yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. I don't know how the freak, but yes I can. And then day by day, you will be closer. Moment by moment, you will be closer. If you get your mind to talk you out of it, that is the imposter syndrome. See? So ego cannot know, and its stories are framed, they're relative. and you can prompt them, you can frame them in a way that they're supporting your journey or they're totally doubting everything. However, it's just a subtitle machine. It's not what actually manifests. It is the I am that creates and experiences this whole reality. So you have to put a little bit more faith into that. And that's also a practice. So with that, I hope you have figured out how to practice it a little bit with a little bit more actually understanding how it works, and this can help you. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for being here.